I travel decently often. Not like every day or something, but if we're on break, then sure, we'll travel. And traveling obviously involves the usual packing up the night before we take our trip, getting stuck for like 3 hours in security, and of course, the 10-hour wait for a flight because it got delayed. But between all those long waits, a few funny things happen that keep me from going insane while waiting for the flight to stop being delayed. Now personally, I prefer staying home for a nice long break instead of going someplace because travel can actually induce a bit of stress, but also because taking a trip makes the break feel a lot faster. Am I the only one who thinks this? I feel like when I get home from a trip, it's like, man, that was a nice trip. Wait a second. School starts back up in 2 days. No! You think the experience of traveling and escaping your boring daily life makes up for that, but it really doesn't. I don't know why. I don't mind public spaces like airports, it's just that it's hard to rely on a place where so many things could go wrong. For example, the weather could be bad for literally no reason and you're stuck waiting for another hour for your flight. Or airport security might not allow you to take your completely harmless plastic knife with you and straight up stall your time. And it's really gonna sting when the guy with a face full of piercings and a bloody battle axe made of tungsten gets to go anyway, but you get held up because you didn't empty your plastic water bottle. Airports can be really annoying for no reason. So I'm here to share some of those stories with you all today. So you know how airports have these little shops where people can buy food? Well, the airport in my town has a Subway. I really love Subway. I feel like it's the only fast food place that always hits the spot no matter what and is relatively cheap too. Nothing like downing a whole footlong for only like $10. You would be getting 1.2 inches of sandwich for every $1. That's not bad, honestly. So my dad and I were in the line for some Subway and there was a lady in front of us who was also ordering a sandwich. But she kept asking so many questions, it's taking up a lot of time. Now I don't really remember what she asked, but I'm pretty sure it was something along the lines of, "Oh, is the bacon toasted? You put olives like I asked you to, right? You sure that's mustard?" Are we serious? Just trust the sandwich artist, okay? That's why they call him a sandwich artist. He's not some sandwich bourgeoisie. And I can assure you that was mustard, ma'am. Then there was this other time where my dad and I were waiting for our flight, and some guy stands up, goes around to the middle of the seating area, holds up a piece of blue cloth, and asks, "Did somebody lose a shirt?" Now this isn't too crazy, since you could have just had an extra shirt slung over your shoulder and it happened to fall or something. But I half expected for a shirtless man to walk up, take the shirt, and say something like, "Thanks, pal," and then walk off, dramatically put the shirt on, and then we'll all continue with their day or something. Unfortunately, as funny as it would be, no one did that. Later that same trip, we had to wait for a different flight because the first one was a layover. My dad and I were sitting at those table places with charging ports, and we pretty much had taken up the last seats in the gate. There was this one guy hunched over me and I didn't really think too much of him. But then I had to get up for something, and not even a single second after I got up, he just made a beeline for my seat. This guy was so desperate. There's no way airport gates are so bad that you gotta snipe seats from other people. I don't gotta guard my seat like I'm a dragon guarding gold or something. Just sit on the floor at that point. Now, I'm sure you all were thinking, "Bishop, I'm sure you would have done the exact same thing." Well, maybe, but I still feel annoyed. Maybe I am making a big deal about this though, and it really doesn't matter. Maybe sniping seats is just what people do. The fast thrive and the slow suffer. Man, that was kind of a tangent. On to the next story. Have any of you guys met anyone famous in public? I personally haven't met someone I've heard of. It would be pretty cool to meet someone like that in real life though. If I had to meet someone, it would probably be one of the guys on the Rumble Pack podcast. Anyways, I think I was in the Charlotte airport in North Carolina when this happened. I just went to the bathroom, and when I left, I saw this other guy for a second, and I looked at him for a bit and thought, wait a minute, this guy kind of looks like Queso. I genuinely couldn't tell if it was him or not. He was just walking around an airport wearing his headphones, looking at his phone. I didn't say anything to him, but I did tell everyone I knew. It probably wasn't him at all, but it would have been really funny to see that. Anyways, I wrote, "Do you guys like children?" And like seeing that out of context on a Friday morning while I'm recording, I didn't think this through. My scripts are kind of chopped. Anyways, do you guys like children? Because I don't. Well, that's not fully true. I like most kids under 2 conditions. 1, if they don't play Roblox, and 2, if they watch my videos. I think Roblox is cringe, but I'm going to save that topic for a future video. And also, there's a few little kids I'm morally obligated to like my younger cousin. Little kids can be viciously annoying. They're evil. They're out to get you for seemingly no reason. The one thing that stops them these days are iPads. And a kid using an iPad or a kid not using an iPad is still annoying. They always turn the volume way up when they're public, so I have to hear Cocomelon or Trallalero trallalla, porco dio wherever I go. And don't even get me started on when they start to cry. A few days ago, before I finished the script, I had to play at a guitar concert, and the whole time, I heard about 1 billion little kids screaming and crying in the audience. But you know what's worse than a kid crying in public? A kid crying on an airplane. These stupid creatures are the most peeving and infuriating organisms on the planet. And they're almost guaranteed to cry in a plane because their small little heads can't handle it when their ears pop from air pressure. And you can't even get out of your seat to strangle them because a seatbelt sign tells you what to do. What was I on while making the script? No, this is just wrong. I would never do this. Who wrote this? Who possessed me to write this? Let's just move on. This next story is also about a child, so bear with me for a second. The story is actually good though, I promise. So I was in a plane and there was this kid sitting in front of me. He looked around like 8 or 9 years old. He had an iPad and was using the Wi-Fi the plane offers to watch Netflix. Take a wild guess as to what this kid was watching. You want to know what he was watching? This little kid was watching Squid Game Season 3. What? I couldn't even watch Stranger Things when I was his age, dude. And that's not even the craziest part. After watching it for a bit, he just exits Netflix and plays some baseball game on his iPad. I can't. I think this is the first time I've ever laughed while recording a script, and I'm probably gonna keep it in the video because it just, I don't know. The Squid Games was still in the corner of his screen in that little pop-up window thing, but I was totally caught off guard. I think this is the first time I've witnessed a cooked attention span in real time. How do kids even grow up like this? Also, just a quick side note, I'm talking about these kids like I'm 40, but I'm only 14, so all my points are just immediately invalidated, which really sucks to be honest. I'm sure there's some people older than me that agree, right? Anyways, that's probably gonna do it for this video. But you know what? I haven't even told you about the time I got stuck in Dallas, Texas. Totally gonna make a video on that at some point, because this video really just builds off of this one. At some point in time, I'll make it. Until then, folks. Hey everybody, this is sort of an end card. So you may have noticed that I've been uploading some shorts lately. I'm planning on uploading weekly shorts while working on a bigger video, but I'm pretty busy and I don't know if it'll work out as well as I imagined. So count on shorts being uploaded at least. I also really want to improve the quality of my videos with more animation, so videos are probably going to take a little longer to be uploaded. Also, I'm sure you've been wondering about the Wii bowling special. Here's my problem. My Wii is not hooking up to my TV right, and there's really nothing I could do. So I gotta set up a time to fix that. I don't know when the Wii bowling special is gonna come out, but I swear, one day, I will come back to the Wii bowling special, whether it's like a few weeks from now, or a few years from now. So make sure to drop a like and a sub if you want. My main goal here on YouTube is to get monetized, so if y'all can help with that, I'd be the happiest guy on the planet. Have a good day, y'all.